every time I hit that low point, I'm like, this is bullshit. And I get so mad. And then I like flip the script and then we have like some of our biggest months. So
it's that stress that brings out our best work, man. Or that, not even stress, but that frustration. You're just like, oh, just pull something out from within us, man. That's where your best.
I would call it stress too, man. Cause like, dude, like I got like all gray, like on the side, like I've been doing this forever. And it's so funny because financial stress doesn't fuck with me anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
All right, welcome everybody. My name is Tyler Boufford, and thanks for following along with the 100-Day Hustle channel. Today, I am very honored to have my buddy Gabe Ansel on the channel. Gabe is somebody I've actually looked up to for quite a while. He is constantly dropping knowledge. He is in the marketing, internet marketing space. He just has so much freaking value and knowledge. And dude, I just want to say thanks for coming on. Thanks for the time. I know you're crazy busy. I'll hand the mic over to you. You can definitely do a better introduction than I did.
No problem, man. I mean, I would like to pretend that I do a better intro because we have a podcast, but honestly, it's like, it's scripted. I read a script every morning or every time I do it just because I want it to be accurate, you know? So
Nice.
yeah, I used to try and freestyle it, but I kept like fucking it up. So I switched.
I freestyle it and then we're always screwing it up, but just winging it, man.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the thing, right? It's like, it's better to do it than not do it. And then eventually you'll just be a pro and people are like, how do you do this? So like, yeah, we've been doing it for, I don't know, man, probably like a year and a half now, 2 years. And it's
Nice.
it's
You guys have come a long way with it, man.
yeah, dude, it's a learning experience for sure. I mean, it's hard to get the YouTube stuff up. Like, I think we're at like, I don't know, 5,500 subscribers or something like that, which is super low. But like our downloads on our podcasts are like roughly like 1,000 to 1,500 a week, give or take.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's going up. I think like my main goal is really to get that YouTube rolling, you know, because I feel like that's where the value is. And like you can connect, I feel like you can connect better to someone with video anyway, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, man, it's, I'm actually going to have to take that. I probably should start ripping these videos and doing like the podcast uploads with just the audio, just for the hell of it, get more exposure.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. I feel like everyone has a podcast now. And I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Like I like podcasts because I listen to them all the time, like at the gym, like I'm always listening to a podcast and stuff like that. But I feel like it's a never ending thing. Like someone's like, oh, I got a podcast on, like, we just talk about nothing. And I'm like, man, I feel like everyone's got a freaking podcast these days, but as long as you provide value and people listen, who cares? Right.
That's just it, dude. It seems like there's a different audience though. Like sometimes on YouTube, you'll get, you know, a certain audience, they like the visuals of it. Whereas like podcasts, you can get like CEOs and like dudes that are just busy. They're like out running, riding their bikes, lifting weights.
Yeah. I actually sent a video to my buddy this morning because I watch Impact Theory. And it's a podcast by the guy who started Quest bars or whatever.
Okay.
And it's a video. And he's just like, oh, like, I don't want to watch this. An hour seems like a long time. And he's like, can I listen to it in a podcast? I was like, it's still a fucking hour, bro. Like, I was like, put it on in the background or something. But he wanted the podcast version. So yeah, man, I think there's a market for it for sure. And you can listen to it faster, I guess. I don't know. You can do that on YouTube too.
Dude, I do that on YouTube. I got like a video speed thing on there. You can click through it. It works because it works on ads too, actually. You can speed through the ads.
No way. Well, that's a good tip right there. If anyone's listening to this, you're like, that's it. Like, that's all you need to know, because that just saved you like probably like 300 hours out of your life.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, man, tell me about yourself. Like, how'd you get started? Like, what are you working on now? And like, how'd you get started in this?
All right. Well, I mean, we can go way back, man. So like, I feel like I've been saying I've been doing this for 10 years for the last 5 years. So like, I think I've been doing it for like 13 years, maybe more. I don't know for sure. I'd have to like do that math, and I just don't want to do it right now, but it's been a long freaking time. And originally, man, like so I grew up I didn't grow up, but I grew up in a town called Shawnee Lake, and like an hour from that is a place called Victoria, BC. And I lived there, and I was younger, man. And I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was working at a car lot, washing cars or something like that, like not really doing much. And then I was also a graphic designer on the side. I went to school for graphic design. And it was cool, but I wasn't like passionate about it. And it was like kind of too little money. So eventually I met this dude, and I was like, he was just like for me at a young age, I was like, this dude is balling out, you know, like he's buying drinks for everyone at the bar. He's just like, he's got like a $4,000 Breitling, like, which at the time I was like, this guy's amazing. And then I was like, what does this dude do? And I was like, 100% this guy is a drug dealer. Like, we're in a small town. He has nice stuff, like drug dealer, right? Because there's not like tons of money. There's more money in Victoria, BC now, but like then it was like not really, you know? So I just assumed. Everyone assumed. And he wasn't like he wasn't wearing a freaking suit. He was wearing like a hoodie and a hat most of the time, you know?
Okay.
He looked like a skateboard dude or something, you know? So I was like, drug dealer for sure. But anyway, he did the spam email marketing. And I was like, I don't know what that is, man. Like, this doesn't make sense. And basically what he did is just blasted thousands and thousands, probably millions, I should say, millions of emails every day to people of like random offers, like diet offers or like, I don't know, tons of different stuff. Like you name it, they sent it pretty much. So at that moment I was like kind of hooked. I was like, fuck, like I want in on this. Like you guys are balling out. All I got to do is like press some freaking buttons, send some email, and like, that's it. I'll be rich. So man, I chased this guy for like years to try and get him to work together. And finally, like, he's like, yeah, like, let's work together. He was a huge partier too. So I like had to keep up in that sense. And I'm not a big partier at all, man. So I was like, by the end of it, I was like freaking exhausted. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, dude, let's just make some freaking money. So finally he got me in, started making money. And then, yeah, man, we worked together for probably like 3 or 4 years. And then, we moved over to Vancouver like in that time or something like that. And then we had an office in Vancouver. And that's where I met Tyler, like the partner on the podcast and everything. Yeah. So we met in an office there. And then ever since then, man, we've been bros and worked together on a lot of stuff. And then after that, it kind of, email kind of tanked and I stopped working with that dude because he just like continued to want to party. And I was like, I just want to make money, bro. Like I'm like 26, 27 now or 25. I don't know. Anyway, around that age. And I was like, I really want to start planning for my future and make some bank and like buy supercars, do dumb stuff, you know? So I really want to level up here. So it didn't really work out after that. And then I got into Facebook marketing shortly after that. And this was like kind of near not the beginning of Facebook marketing, but this was like kind of the Wild West days. Like there was no pixel. There was no like optimized for conversion. Like we were running link clicks to ads and that's it. Cause like that's all Facebook had. But it was me, my buddy Dustin and my buddy Brian. And we like kind of like put our heads together and worked on it. And yeah, man, we just figured it out. And then we just started running like pretty much black hat style stuff on Facebook before it was really like black hat. And we started making great money, man. Like I was making the most I ever made. I think we were making like 2G a day, give or take. And like, I'm like a 27-year-old dude, right? And I'm like, I'm rich. Like, this is amazing, you know? I don't really understand what big money is at that moment, but I thought I was it. And yeah, man, that's like kind of how it got started.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't realize you were in Facebook. So I started Facebook like late 2015, early 2016 with a local business. And man, you were in it way before that. Like you said, before the pixel, and you had to look at the back end for your stats. And it's
yeah. And we were so like new coming into it that I barely tracked anything, you know. I was like, because it was so easy. You're just like, I throw up ads and I see like money's getting paid and that's it, you know. Like I'm like, I don't need to track this. Like, why would I track it? It's making money. But in hindsight, like I wish I knew more. I wish I spent more because I would have made way more. Because like at the time when you're making that money, you're like, oh, 2G a day, big deal. Like I'm on top of the world. But like when you hear about big dudes back in the day, they're like, oh yeah, we were crushing 100K days, like no questions. It didn't take anything. We just throw up ads and spend money. And I'm like, damn it, I could have been that guy. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm not. So
dude, it's like he who spins the most makes the most. And I see that with some of the younger guys, like they'll be making some good buck now. And like, they're showing me, oh, dude, I got like 14X ROAS. I'm like, bro, if you throw every dollar in the kitchen sink at that while you can, because tomorrow that could be gone. So,
oh, dude, that's the thing. You got to leverage it like as hard as you can. I'm like, whenever I hear someone crushing a campaign, I'm like, sell your car, like borrow money from your family, do
Dude,
whatever it takes.
dude, seriously, like as my business, like, so everyone thought I was like balling out, like flipping phones. Like I was doing like 10 grand a month sales, 40 grand,
Yeah.
50 grand. They thought I was balling out. I'm like, dude, this is nothing. And
Yeah.
then as I started scaling on the agency side, they're like, dude, you're living the life. I'm like, I'm downsizing how I'm living. Like my
Yeah.
lease is going. I'm like getting rid of all this overhead. Dude, you got to throw everything you can at it because you can make those 6 figures in a short amount of time. But then you could be, searching for something else. You're going to regret that you didn't give it your all
Yeah.
when it's over.
I'm gonna drop a bomb right here. So one of our good buddies, like I know for a fact in the last like month, he's done like 100K profit in a day off Facebook ads.
Wow.
In a
Dude,
freaking day, man.
that's nuts. That's not unheard of, but man, that's what we're all striving for. It's
I want to
cool.
say like he's a different beast. Like I can't replicate that. Like straight up, like not at this current moment. Like there's something in my brain that's not quite smart enough to figure that out yet. But dude, it's doable.
That's crazy. Is it okay to not, you don't have to say exactly what it is, but is he like on the e-com side, the offer side, the affiliate?
No, it's affiliate stuff for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I think, I don't know. You could do that e-com, but I think you'd have to have like a really unique branded product. And I think, I think you couldn't do it with cold traffic as much. I think you could do it with influencer. Yeah. Cause like also my bro was telling me the other day, he's like, one post from like a sort of celeb. Like, I don't even think she has that many views. Like I want to see how many followers she had, but they made 40K off one post just off a freaking bathing suit.
Wow.
Like a bathing suit that costs nothing, right? Like that's insane. And sorry, I'm trying to look it up because I want to understand like how much followers she has, just because I don't even think it's a lot, but I don't think it's like that insane. And so I think that's a spot that's really been kind of missed out is the influencer side of things. Like I think there is some people hitting it hard, but not enough. Like I think there's way more value in it.
Dude, and I'm kind of in the transition with that because I've built up decent, just like trendy stores on like Shopify, just like stupid trendy stuff, but they died down. But we were able to leverage it with influencers, like literally sometimes $10 because it's like 13-year-old kids that run these sites with hundreds of thousands of followers. You toss them $10, you're getting tons of traffic to your site, and that's all free data. Like you're just like, okay, you can break that down. Like, who's my audience? Are they men? Are they women? Custom audiences, all of that. You can,
and I think
it really.
And I think the cool thing is like, there is a lot of influencers that know the game, but a lot of them are undervalued because they don't fully understand it. Like there's some girls out there that are just like posting their ass and shit. And like, God bless them. Like they're making some money from it, but they don't fully understand the power of their audience, like it's, or like some fitness dudes just like, I just want to get girls and show the world that I'm jacked, and dude, some of these people build $1 million brands around that just because they understand it, or they've had someone that like came in and be like, hey, I want to partner with you on stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Opportunity and seized it.
Like even like Kylie Jenner shit, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure she's a smart businesswoman, but I guarantee you that someone built a brand and then like, hey, Kylie, like this, let's label this as yours, and then mass sell it.
They knew the to put an infrastructure in place, because a lot of times these big businesses, especially now that I'm working with more of them, I've noticed a lot of times they'll lose money on the upfront acquisition of a customer, just a small percent, but they're making it up on the back end. They got an infrastructure in place. Like they know like the lifetime value of the customer. Like, bro, I'll spend $30 to acquire them, lose $30, and we're gonna make $600, $1,000 on them in the course of the next 6 months. Man, that's really what makes or breaks the big boys from the little boys. It's just
100%. And that's why like having a real business setup is so much better than having like what we do is mostly affiliate marketing stuff, right? So it's kind of like one and done in a sense. Like there's no real back end on it. There's no lifetime value of the customer. We've set up some deals in place where we get the back end email. So that's sort of a reoccurring for us on some level. But yeah, man, I think if you really want to go big, you got to have that big business. You got to have that customer list, and you just have to leverage them as much as you can.
For sure. And that's actually something everyone asked me when I went from reselling to the agency side. They're like, why? And it's like, you can make a lot of money on eBay, Amazon. I'm like, you absolutely can. I said, but they're making so much because they own that customer data. You can't have
Yeah.
that customer data. Like they know how much that's worth, and they're retargeting and resending, and they're doing all that. That's what the fees go to, is for them to do that.
Yeah, man. I think the agency game is definitely a cool play for sure. And like I was saying before we recorded, I would love to do it, but I think that like I'm just like not the best at customer service. So I don't know if it'd be good.
You're dealing with the front end aspect of it for sure.
I think I'd really have to like the person's client or product too to really be stoked about it. Cause like, man, I lose interest in stuff so fast. And unless I'm passionate, shouldn't say passionate, but unless I have interest in something, I'm like, I don't really want to do this and it'll probably fail. So
it's a huge opportunity. I just like working with it because people do have really built, beautiful businesses, whether they're doctors, just small mom and pops. They just don't know the power of like a nice marketing campaign can do for them. And they don't have to have infinite pockets like an enterprise corporation to reap the benefit of it. So I get the pleasure out of it there. But like you were talking before we recorded, there's some guys you can spin it where you're making crazy good money running an agency when you do it right. And especially the ones that are, go ahead.
Yeah, no, even if you like, not even local business so much either, but like there's so many people with digital products out there. Like if you could sell someone's course, man, like even if you did it on an affiliate level and did it on your own money, like for example, Adrian Morrison, great dude. He'll pay out something like $900 if you sell his course, right? Like USD. So cause that's how these JV deals work on these big digital courses, man. They usually pay like 40 to 60% out of the sale, and that's massive. Like I guarantee you can get one lead on Facebook for under $900.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And like that's huge. Like you have a day where you sell like 5 of those, and you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. That's people always just because they're like, oh, I don't want to use my money and blowing it. And it's just like you can find the right deals. Like, I mean, granted, you can do run-of-the-mill deals to like ClickBanks and stuff like that, but you really want to find the exclusive offers, which does take a little bit more effort, but it's worth it in the long run, in my opinion.
So what I think about that is like, you have to kind of prove yourself with the generic offers on some level to be like, hey, we're doing this with this, but we think that your product's like 10 times better. So let us try, and we want to run this exclusively, right? Because if I just came to someone and I was like, hey, I can run Facebook ads, give me your top-notch crap, and they're just like, well, like at what capacity can you run Facebook ads? Like anyone can run a Facebook ad, but like, are you any good at it? So I think it's good to have some proof with everything. So I do agree that having like the inside on certain offers and just like really having that direct contact with the offer owner or the business owner is going to be huge in getting that exclusive will help a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I've been doing that on the agency side because I really like spinning off that we focus really hard on just Facebook. Like I want to be just on that, but I've had so much experience. I've been a broke entrepreneur for so long. I had to learn how to do everything myself, web development, all that stuff. So like I'll help someone out. We can do this. It's, just an upsell. At the same time, it's like, they're like, what's your portfolio? So now it's like, okay, I really got to show them what we can do. Cause obviously you can tell them snake oil and they think they're going to give you $3,500 and for all they know, it's going in a black hole.
Yeah.
And that's something that's, for people watching, when you try to justify those higher prices, like you said, it doesn't have to be local businesses.
Yeah.
But I let them know like it's an hourly rate ultimately. And like for me to rank your website, it's going to take like 3 to 6 months. And I'm going to have to put like 30 hours of work into it. There's a lot that goes into it. When you spin it that way, they're like, it makes sense, because it's an hourly rate. I'm just simply putting it in a package. Whereas you guys, obviously from the affiliate, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but the affiliate side, you guys are running at your own buck and you're making that profit on the back end. So.
Yeah. I kind of like this angle for me anyway, because it being my own buck is like, I'm going to work twice as hard to make it work. Like, I'm just like, I got to squeeze the juice out of this. Like, as much as I can. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, there's times where I'm just like, fuck this. I hate Facebook. Like, I'm done. Like, I call Tyler, probably like not you, other Tyler, but I call him like probably like once a month or once every few months. And I'm like, I'm out, bro. I hate this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go sell cars or something, you know. But then, like, you know what's interesting, man? Every time I hit that low point, I'm like, this is bullshit, and I get so mad, and then I like flip the script, and then we have like some of our biggest months. So
it's that stress that brings out our best work, man. Or that, not even stress, but that frustration. You're just like, oh, just pull something out from within us, man. That's where you're best.
I would call it stress too, man, because like, dude, like I got like all gray like on the side. Like, I've been doing this forever, and it's so funny because financial stress doesn't fuck with me anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm so used to it, man. Like, that now it's like not really that big of a deal to me. Because I know that I can flip the script in a day and make like whatever it needs to be. But it's like getting to that point is funny, man. And not everyone is good like that. But like, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur and like you're gonna do this shit, like be prepared for the stress and just know that like it's good. It sucks, but it's good. Like, cause it is gonna like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like fear driven for sure. Like, I'm always like, what, the world's gonna come to a fucking end if I don't figure some shit out. And then that's my driver, you know? I don't know how long term that will be for me, but it's always been the case. Like, I'm 100% a fear driven person.
Dude, fear is a powerful emotion, man. Like I said, like, it pulls something out from like deep in the soul. Like it opens your mind to something you wouldn't see. Cause when you're comfort, I've hit that comfort spot before.
Yeah.
And I swear the universe comes in and pulls a rug out from under you. Like, buddy, you got some work you need to show the world. And like, when you get uncomfortable, like I said, it's funny how it works, man. It's funny. It's comfort's our enemy.
It's interesting, man, because like we all, like, for me anyway, I definitely do my best work under stress. And then when comfort comes too, I've kind of learned though that like when shit's working, that's when you should leverage it the hardest though, because I've seen so many ups and downs, and that's just like how it goes with Facebook advertising. If you don't have a back end set up or anything like that, like if you're just doing straight up advertising to sell stuff, or to get like affiliate stuff or like sell affiliate stuff or get leads or whatever, there's going to be a roller coaster. It's just how it goes. And like, I'm almost, I don't want to say it's getting worse, but it's definitely getting harder, because I find that like there'll be longer times that shit doesn't work now. And then when it does work, it's not like the floodgates open and you can just like print money. It's like it opens a little bit, but yeah, man, I think that it's definitely a different game, but yeah, you just got to fucking hit it hard when it's good. When you're getting comfortable, that's a sign to be like, we need to crank on this and test more and do more and make more.
For sure. Now, kind of going back or off topic, you guys had an actual Shopify store for quite a bit. You and Tyler partner on that, right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Which part of it, man? Like running the store and everything, or just the partnership itself?
You guys kind of got me into Shopify, and obviously you introduced some of the work like Adrian was doing and his course and all that stuff. I was just seeing like the crazy months you guys were having. Like, you guys were hitting like $1 million months. I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, as far as like just like finding it and like scaling it, like what was that like for some of the people that are even in Shopify now?
So it's interesting, man, because like what I've learned now, so we shut our store down in December, and the reason for that is our top product that used to keep like cranking every November, December, it just didn't work. So I'm like, whatever, like this is the month that I'm here for. Like, we could make more in that month than we could all year. And it just like didn't perform for a while there. And I was like, whatever, I'm axing it. And then I switched over to affiliate, and we had like one of the best months we've ever had in affiliate, which was very odd considering the month and like what's good in that month usually. But I think with the e-com stuff, it's 100% product dependent, man. Like, if you have a good product, you can be a subpar advertiser, and you can have a subpar product page, but if people want it bad enough, they'll buy it.
All right.
So that's kind of what I learned from that. I think if I was ever to do e-com again, I'd do full brand up. like a real product, like build it from scratch. And then I would set up some sort of reoccurring into it. Because drop shipping is cool, man. It's a great way to learn everything. But I think the longevity of it, it's just like, it's hard to build a brand off like 30-day shipping, especially in the world we live in now with Amazon and everything like that. And as soon as they see it comes from China, they're just like, they just assume it's shit, even if it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, dude, it's a hell of a model, drop shipping. And I got another guy I'm trying to get on here. He actually drop ships Mercedes Sprinter vans from a website, and they're all custom built. Like, you go to his website and they're like for people wanting to like do RV and like off-road stuff. So you can like create the Mercedes Sprinter van on his site, and he got someone that fulfills that order. Obviously, it's like a 6-month plus project.
Yeah.
But people they just think drop shipping China, AliExpress. Like, there's so much. You can get a very good vendor that's very reliable at drop shipping, and you guys have a hell of a partnership.
I 100% agree with that for sure. And I love those Sprinter vans. Those things are freaking baller and expensive as shit, man. I didn't know how expensive they were until I saw one the other day. I was like, that's a lot of cake for a van, but
dude. And then you can customize like some of the freaking. I mean, you could put they got 4x4 chassis on them now. Like, you can lift them and
crazy stuff. They're really cool. But that's a good point. And another thing that I think that would be cool in drop shipping that not enough people do is they don't go find people with cool products. Because there's tons of people with amazing products, and that's what they're good at: building the product, getting it like dialed in, making sure it's quality, all that. But they don't know how to sell shit. So like, if you just came to be like, hey, like, would you like to sell more of this? Obviously you could do it. That's like, that's entirely what Shark Tank is about. It's like, hey, you have a good product, you don't know how to sell it. That's what we do. And we can invest the money to make more of it. There you go. Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't think enough people reach out and find businesses that have good products and try to sell with them. But that's also a good thing. If you're not a product person, you don't want to build anything, I would reach out and try and find some cool shit to sell, because there's tons of it out there.
Absolutely. And kind of bolt on to that. This is actually something I've done. I got 2 owners that I'm working with. We've actually found, me being a former Amazon seller myself, I knew how to find products that were selling. And these are like private label guys. They're driving crazy amounts of revenue on Amazon, but they don't know how to do Shopify. They don't know how to do Facebook ads. So I can come in, you can provide that service to them, and they've got the product. There's tons of data. I think the charts have changed. There's like camel charts. All types of plugins you can get to see what the rank is, the longevity, the lifetime of the product. Like, the data's there. You got to do the research, like you said, the outreach. And it's funny because people just always think like they see the highs, like you're doing really well. And dude, it's like I showed like a behind the scenes is like us working and stuff. Like, dude, it's nonstop calling, messaging, networking. Yeah. You're working your little ass off behind the PC. Everyone thinks, oh my God, it just came to them.
It's funny because we were talking about it the other day, and people say like, oh, I want like that laptop lifestyle and stuff. And like, it is a lifestyle now that it is my life. Like, there is like, it's not like, oh yeah, I can check my laptop from the beach, and like I can, but I wouldn't, because I wouldn't get shit done, So it's like, yeah, the whole like 4-hour work week stuff, like that's not a realistic thing. There's a lot of great tools in that book to like help you out. Right. But I think this is like a 24/7. Like, I wake up and it's the first thing I check, but I don't think I would have it any other way. I kind of feel like if I did the 9-to-5 grind now, I would be like dissatisfied with my life, Yeah.
It's not exciting, man. It's like, we need those roller coasters. The highs are highs and the lows are lows, and you got to both.
Yeah. I think like, I don't know. I was thinking like, how much, if I had a 9-to-5, like how much would I have to be paid to enjoy it? But then I would just like, just fuck around and probably get fired because I would just not want to be there,
Yeah. Dude, if I were to do it, it would have to be commission based. So I could, make 6 figures, or just kind of scale it from there. Or just one of those jobs, like my girlfriend, she's got a job, and some of the people they'll hire, they'll do nothing at the job, and it takes them a year to realize they're doing nothing. So I need something like that. So I'm like, shit, I need one of those jobs so I can get, the healthcare, all the benefits, and do my laptop lifestyle.
Yeah, man,
it's like I want my name to have, integrity behind it.
I think the problem with commission for me is I'd be like, I could see how much money I was making, and I'd be like, I'm making these motherfuckers all this money, and like I just have a steady paycheck. Like
Yeah.
that's, I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I could go back. Also, I'm terrible with like people telling me what to do. So
Yeah. Authority, right? Yeah.
yeah. So
Dude, I
I
hear
don't
you.
know.
One of mine, I actually got it back here. I keep it. I did recruiting for a bit in HR, and I
Yeah.
was like, screw this. The guy screwed with my commission. I was supposed to make high commission when I, landed somebody a job. I was supposed to make a percentage off their salary, and these people made six figures. So the commission
Yeah.
plan was very lucrative. As soon as I joined him, he took my commission plan away to like almost nothing. I'm like, buddy. So we
Yeah.
fought that battle for a bit. So I left and I started doing my own thing. And next thing you know, he sent me a letter, a cease and desist. He was like, you signed this non-compete. He's like, I'm going to sue you. So I was like, I keep that back there just motivation. Like, I'm going to do it and to piss people off. Like, he never
Yeah.
sued, thankfully, but he did get the legal team. And I'm like, screw you, buddy. It's
Yeah. Apparently those cease and desist are bullshit and they won't have in court. That's what I've heard. Even like the high level ones, man. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I think they are. And the same thing, my attorney told me for a lot of the NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements, those really don't hold up. Unless
Yeah.
you got like a 13 pager, there's probably some stuff you're going to be put in, but
Yeah.
those single pagers they don't hold up too much.
Yeah, man. I hope my new media buyer isn't listening to this because I'll fucking kill him if he leaves me. No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, man, I don't want to take out too much of your time. I know you're crazy busy, dude. You got any like final things you want to say to like people that are like interested in kind of learning to do what you're doing?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I don't know. It's funny because like I'm huge on telling people to buy courses, but I
Mhm.
think buying a course is definitely beneficial once you hit a certain level. So if you're interested in anything to do like online marketing or anything, just surf YouTube. Like watch that shit religiously because there's
Yeah.
so much good info out there. There's a lot of bad info too, man, but it's like it's mixed with good good points sometimes. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just don't overinvest except for your time because
Right.
like that's where the true value is going to come from. So
Smart. Smart. Now you got, I don't know, I'll kind of give you a free plug here. I know you've got some stuff coming out in a couple months, and I definitely want to link you down below because you guys have a
yeah,
hell of a freaking podcast. I learned the guys you have on there high level, like I look
yeah,
up to you guys.
man.
Constantly,
I look up to the guys who we interview.
seriously, like I learned so much from there, or
Yeah,
from, so I'll definitely link to, make sure you check him out. And I'd love,
yeah. Thank you.
probably gonna pick Tyler. I'd love to have Tyler on here as well because he's got a ton of information too.
Yeah,
Um,
Tyler, and he'll talk forever, man. Like he's definitely the chatty one in the group for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
awesome, man.
yeah, I'll plug you down below. And I know you got, like you said, you got some content. I'm definitely going to be checking out your content.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it's out. It's going to take some time. We got a lot of stuff to do, but
Yeah.
yeah, should be out in the next couple months.
Awesome. Well, again, I appreciate you, and I'll see you, man.
Yeah, sounds good. I really appreciate it, man. Enjoyed
All
it.
right.
Later.
Take care.